Kevin with Buffalo Pinball here, joined by Sophia and Nick Baldridge, co-designers of the game we'll be playing tonight, Silver Falls. Welcome to the show, you guys.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Awesome. So why don't we get started by talking about the concept of the game, how you came up with this, and I really want to know, was it you or was it Sophia that came up with the idea for this game?
Me.
So how did it, when you were thinking of, so did your dad ask you, let's do a game together, or were you just like, I have a great idea for a pinball machine?
He was like, let's do a game together.
Yeah, we started looking at Heist and thinking about different ways that module could be utilized. And one of the interesting things about the Heist module is the cityscape.
Yeah.
And so what prompted the design here, Sophia?
Well, I like to play a lot of simulation games. And so Silver Falls was kind of like
A take on that genre of game.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite simulation game?
You can say it.
The Sims.
Okay.
4.
That's cool, because when I started playing this game, I was like, it's kind of like The Sims, but with pinball. So I think you nailed it. So talk me through the process of creating this game. How'd you guys do it?
So we talked about different ways that we could incorporate an experience that's similar to those simulation games,
But in pinball instead.
but in pinball form. And so we started with the concept of creating a character, and then moving into a house, and then Sophia came up with the concepts of what you do in each room of that house and how you progress through the game.
Yeah.
Awesome. So how long, I know you get, Nick, you did Ranger in the Ruins in record time, right? You cranked it on like a couple months. How long start to finish did this game take?
I started this immediately after Ranger in the Ruins, so about 8 months, I think.
Okay. Question from chat. How many ball multi-mall is it more than 15?
It's 72.
72. You bring your own bag of balls and dump them in the trough.
It's a 3-ball multi-ball.
Okay. And how do you get that?
So, you get to the wizard mode.
Awesome. How many?
It's an automatic.
Yeah. How many rooms in the house?
That's the 6th room.
6th room. Okay. I usually get to 3, if 2 or 3. But what's cool about this is, Nick and I were chatting yesterday, and we're like, this game is the perfect kind of example to use for the save states, the profile system. So if you get to a room that you've never been to before, you can save it, and you can kind of progress from there. Think of it like if you're playing The Sims and you've built your house up, you don't start. Every time you play The Sims, you don't start from ground one or from ground zero or day one. You continue when you boot up the game. So you can kind of do the same with Silver Falls, right?
Correct.
So,
and we have team play set up as well. So you and a group of people or your family can play together.
We're looking good.
Super fun.
Thanks, Rod, for those 200 bits. It was really loud. Let's get back to the task at hand, Silver Falls. This is what we're all here to talk about. So, Nick or Sophia, so tell me about, this game is available right now. So if you have a P3, you can download it right now. So how do people get their hands on it and get it on their P3s right now?
I'm glad you asked. If you go to multimorphic.com and you have an account, you can log in and purchase the game. It's $149. I round up to $150 when I talk about it, but it's actually $1 less, so even more of a bargain. And it's available to purchase under third-party kits and Silver Falls.
It's a steal of a deal when it comes to pinball.
That's right. Thank you for the link.
Yeah.
In the chat.
Yeah, exclamation point Silver Falls in chat will get you a
Poggers.
It's still really loud in my ears. The link in chat, exclamation point Silver Falls in chat will get you the link. There's also a deep dive in on thisweekinpinball.com. It's loud for us too. All right, I'm just gonna go. All right, you guys gotta wait. You guys gotta wait a little bit more. I gotta go mute it right on the alert side. I tried everything else.
Well, can I ask Sophia a question while you adjust that volume?
You can. I will put it on the interview side, and you guys can chat a little bit.
Awesome. Sophia, do you have a favorite room in the house?
I haven't gone very far. So right now, my favorite room was the first one.
Yeah.
Since I haven't gone past that one yet.
It's a tough game.
Yeah.
But yeah. Is there any particular goal that you liked better than any other one?
Like buying all furniture and stuff.
Is that your favorite part? Do you like the character creation more, or going into the shop?
Going into the shop.
So talk about the character creation, because that's one thing that that was really impressive to me. The variety of voice actors that you have and the different outfits you can wear.
Double super jackpot! Hi.
Yeah, so we set it up. There are 6 different voice actors. There's 3 kind of male voice actors and 3 female voice actors. And there's 24 different character sets that you can choose from. And within those, there are 3 different colorations for either skin tone or outfit that you can choose. And that was greatly inspired by your simulation games, because being able to pick your character and kind of customize the experiences is a big part of that, I think. And so Sophia and I were talking about it early on, and wouldn't it be cool if? And the answer was yes. So let's do it.
So who did the voice acting for you? Was it friends and family? Did you go to Fiverr and 5 people? How did it work out?
There are some Fivers in there, and that there are a couple of voice actors. There's one locally, and then a couple that I knew as well that I've used in the past. So Laura Fraley from here in the Richmond area did one of the female voices in the game.
Awesome. So we have Scott Danesi in chat. Everybody knows Scott from Total Nuclear Annihilation and the Rick and Morty pinball machines. Excellent pinball designer, awesome musician, and he helped you out on this game, which so I was a playtester on this game, and I played it for about a month, and then I had no idea Scott worked on this until I saw his name on the attract mode screen. Normally when I step up to it, I just step up and start playing. I don't leave the attract mode on, or if it's running in the back, I'm not paying attention. So you guys are going to hear it. It's not, I would say it doesn't have Scott's signature sound. You wouldn't recognize it as Scott music if you know him from his TNA music and Rick and Morty. So how did Scott get involved? Talk to me about the process of working with Scott.
So first of all, working with Scott is an awesome experience. He is a professional through and through. It was fantastic to work with him. Scott and I had talked some time ago about maybe collaborating on a custom game at some point. Having him do some music, and so I offered him this chance, but I had a very specific kind of soundscape in mind for the game. We had talked about doing something on the more chill side, Sophia and I. And so I brought that idea to Scott and said, hey, would you be interested in doing this? And thankfully he said yes. And I think his tunes just worked perfectly. They came out fantastically well and fit very nicely within the soundscape of the game.
Awesome. Chad is asking if you could turn up your volume at all, or like get closer to your mic. I don't know.
Let's find out. Let's see. How is that?
That's loud. That's good.
Is that too loud now?
I can adjust on my end. Audio. It's so much better. All right. Are we like about equal now, chat? Okay.
Let's find out.
Okay. Awesome. Sound check. I turned you down too far. It was too loud in my ears, and then I turned you down. We'll get you back. Apologies. Okay. So Scott says, funny thing, I was actually working on some of this music live on Twitch without people knowing what it was for. I think the girl geek in chat told me that. She's like, Scott was working on this. She hangs out with him quite a bit. And she's like, yeah, I guess some of the stuff he was working on was was some of this music. So pretty cool. All right. That's a lot of talking. Hopefully we got all the audio and everything leveled out. If not, let us know. I'm sure you will. Let's play some pinball.
Sounds good.
All right.
This is my voice.
All right. So this is when you push start, you get to select your character. The yellow flipper button will change the character. The white will change the skin tone. And the yellow will change the voice. So
This is my voice. This is my voice.
might have to turn that up a little bit.
Build a new life today. Build speakers.
So I have a favorite. I like the astronaut. The astronaut is cool. So I'm gonna go with the astronaut. You change the color of the astronaut's outfit here. So we'll go yellow astronaut.
Build a new life today. This is my voice. Speaker speaks about speaking voice.
All right, we'll go with that voice. All right, we're going into Silver Falls.
Needs more every.
Who did the character designs? Call Me Steam is asking in chat.
So the P3 uses Unity as a framework, and one of the cool things about Unity is that there's a asset store where you can go in and license assets for use in games that you're creating. So I went and dived in there and found this creator that made these low poly models of cityscapes and character designs and all kinds of different things, and licensed a bunch of those and put them together in an aesthetically pleasing way.
Exactly. Sorry, Laura, I didn't know which one it was you. Otherwise, I would have picked it. So here we go. You plunge the ball. You get a ball. It feeds down the ramps, which is different from Heist. Heist always feeds out the right orbit. So now I've got 2x pin bucks because I hit the crane. I like to go for the spinner when I have 2x pin bucks because you can rack up some serious cash if you do that. So you can see I've got 4,200 pin bucks. You can see it down here or on the display screen back there. Once I have some pin bucks, I can go in the door. I knock on the prison door there, the jail door, knock 3 times, and I can go into the shop. But I'm not quite ready to go in there yet because I've played this first level enough. I know I need at least about 10,000 pin bucks to get through the first level. So I'm going to keep going at it. You'll see the arrows appear around the playfield. Those are your combos. And I'm going to go ahead and take credit for that.
I seem to recall some beta tester making that suggestion.
Yeah.
Don't remember who it was exactly.
I was shooting around the playfield and I was like, it'd be cool if you got like more pin bucks if you shot combos. And Nick's like, it's easy as somebody just playing the game to say, hey, this would be cool. and then not have to do any of the work. And that was my job, and Nick had to go and make it all happen. So thank you for that. I think it's a cool like secondary objective while you're playing. It's not just shoot the shots, but if there's one lit up, it's like, ooh, I want to go for that. So now the left orbit's lit up, but I missed it, so it unlights. It does give you there's a little bit of a grace period. So if you don't like hit any targets up here, it doesn't disappear, it doesn't time out, but as soon as you miss, it takes it away. All right. So
have to hit your shots.
that's right. So the other way, so you saw when I started, when the crane came down, I hit it, I got 2x pin cash, or pin bucks for a limited amount of time, sorry. If I hit the CA target over here, that'll complete my more cash, and that will do the same thing. And I missed it, and I hit the orbit instead. But that gave me some pin bucks.
The purple flashing one is one that hasn't been completed yet.
Right.
So they turn whitish green in order to indicate that you've got it. So you got it, and now he's entered the multiplier mode. That's a time-limited playfield multiplier. And that was it.
I ripped the spinner.
But you can get big pin bucks off of that.
Oh yeah. All right, there's the right ramp
Nice.
combo. And you know, the upper flipper is going to be my downfall later. Just wait for it. All right, we got. I think I need like 10-5. So all right, we should be good now. Let's knock on the door. And we'll try to outfit our room. And I biffed it. Oh. I died of boredom. So if you lose your ball on the first level, it tells you died of boredom because you're near living room, and there's nothing to do. So don't die of boredom. Get yourself a TV and a couch and hang out. And the pin bucks carry over. So if I make more cash on the first level here, I'll take that with me into the second room. Oh, I hit the upper orbit and then I died. But I did do it. You saw me hit that upper loop, so I can do it.
We all saw it.
Just not
Can't take
when,
that away from you.
Not when I need it. All right, there. I knocked on the door there.
Nice.
I'm just gonna wait for the crane to get out of the way. Whoop, there's two. Oh! Alright. We didn't do it. We're gonna do it now. Alright, but I got some pin bucks. So you rank per room for the amount of pin bucks you have, right?
Correct. And then there's an overall ranking based on how many you burned in the entire game. Scott, you know that's my favorite as well. I really like it.
Yeah, it's good. Good stuff. Alright. Let's try again. We'll pick somebody else. Sophia, do you have a favorite character? If you said it before and I was working on this stream, I apologize.
My favorite one is Elvis.
Elvis, where's Elvis? This one?
Hey, keep going.
Keep going.
Yeah. You'll know him when you see him.
Oh yeah, there he is. Yeah, he's looking good.
This is my voice. This is my voice.
Speaker speaks about
Which one's Laura's voice?
Next one.
build a new
This one?
life today.
That's the one.
Okay, so we'll have Elvis with Laura's voice and purple shades.
Build a new life than
Corin, thanks for the resub.
sparse, more like barren.
You didn't know she was an Elvis impersonator, did you?
Find those pin bucks wherever. Check the couch cushions.
Oh, get back here. Alright, I got a combo shot on the right ramp. Oh, missed it. And inner loop. I did, I finally took the time to fix my inner orbit rail there so it doesn't send it straight down the middle anymore, so that's a nice improvement.
That is a big improvement.
Just took a little tweak.
Sophia says that she's gonna head out now, but thanks for having her.
Well, Sophia, thanks for joining us, and thanks for creating this awesome game for all of us to play.
Gotta find those pin bucks wherever.
Enjoy the rest of your evening. And I'll be playing some some Silver Falls here. Everybody say goodnight to Sophia in the chat, and we will talk to you later.
And Chef asked a question if all the characters were unlocked from the beginning, and yes, they are. There are no roadblocks to opening characters.
You don't have to pay real bucks to unlock characters or anything like that?
Correct.
No DLC?
Yeah, there's no horse armor, nothing like that.
Horse armor, yeah, that's a classic. Nice, nicely done.
Needs more everything.
See, Skip wants microtransactions too. All right.
Not a problem. I'll make sure they're tied to his account.
There you go.
Gotta find those pinbucks wherever I can.
I like Laura and Elvis. That's a good combo.
Have to agree.
All right, we made it. Made it around there. Right for a bit. Nope, missed it. Oh god. So we will do. We're doing Twitch Connect right now, but we'll do the Twitch Connect features in the second hour of the stream here. So at 9 Eastern, we'll turn all that on, and you guys can destroy me while I'm trying to play. All right, we got the pinbucks now.
Gotta
Now
find those pinbucks wherever I can.
Got to knock on the door here.
Hey,
There's one. Elvis would like a lamp. Well, that's a good thing. We're gonna go buy a lamp here. As long as I can knock on this door one more time.
check the couch cushions.
I'm getting a little ball hop when I hit the door from the right flipper, so sometimes it jumps over the opposite. So we'll try to shoot it from the left here. There we go. All right, so the door's open.
Gotta find those pinbucks wherever I can.
There we go. Okay, time to go shopping.
You made it.
I did it. So you got a number of options in the store, and the objective is to buy one of everything and outfit your room,
To make a selection.
and then you can move on to the next room. So I'll go ahead and I can buy a lamp. There's the lamp.
This is going to be really lovely. Need this.
Got a couch.
Shiny.
Got a chair.
Shiny.
Got the table with the TV on it,
I like it.
and we got the other lamp. So everything's sold out, and we can exit. Now, what you need to do is entertain yourself. So you got to turn on the TV by rolling over it, but if I roll over it again by accident, it's going to turn it off. So we got to turn it on and leave it on until that countdown finishes. All right, we did it. We're entertained. So now we can the wall of scoops comes up. Oop. I never waited long enough to have him fall back.
I do that to prevent stuck balls.
That was gonna be my guess. Like if there's one hiding back there. Very smart, this guy. He knows what's going on. I got a big screw.
No flamethrower. Not yet.
No flamethrower. All right, so now we're in the kitchen.
Awesome, R. Doyle. Thank you. That's great feedback.
So same idea. There's more to buy. The prices go up as you get deeper into the game. I will say the third room is my favorite. Well, I've only been to the third room, so but it's really cool. So we're gonna try to get there. If I can't get there, legit, I have a save state we can restore to show you that. But we'll try to get there for real.
I believe in you, Kevin.
Thank you. Okay. All right, so the crane's coming across. I'm gonna wait for it to kind of get to my side of the left side. There we go. So pinbucks, 2x pinbucks.
What's behind the door?
That expert gameplay.
Oh yeah. So let's talk about just like the P3 in general. Like, so if you have a P3 in the heist playfield, this is just a whole other game you can play on the existing playfield. So that's a unique concept that folks, if you don't have a P3, you don't really. It's kind of like what? So I don't have to buy a whole new pinball machine? No, it's just I can download this entire new game for the existing playfield. So that's pretty cool. And I know so the other game you've done for the P3 so far is Ranger in the Ruins, which is for the Cosmic Kart Racing playfield.
Correct.
So, and I know you said you want to kind of do one for each. You also did Quest for Glory for the
Lexi Lightspeed.
Yeah. So talk to me about, you know, what has it attracted you to this platform, and why have you done the games you've done so far?
Well, I love making games. It's something that I just have a passion for, and I like making stuff that is unique or unusual, and it's not something that I would typically find in normal retail game. Like, who would take a risk on a one-ball game like Ranger in the Ruins? And that's one of the many strengths of the P3 platform, is that I, as just a satisfied customer that likes making games, can get a P3 and follow my passion, and it's really neat. So as far as the games that I've chosen, I tend to look at the shot layout for each playfield and then try to figure out how I can utilize it in a way that is different from the existing game that's on that playfield. So, for example, with Lexi, making a point-and-click adventure game is quite different from, a typical pinball traditional kind of game. And with Ranger in the Ruins, that playfield is built for speed. So I wanted to make something that was super duper fast and really took advantage of that. For Heist, this was, Sophia and I, like we mentioned, looked at the cityscape and thought about some kind of game that we could make that utilized the 3D elements of that playfield in a way that was different and unique from Heist. And so that is Silver Falls. And there's a question about Cannon Lagoon. I'm still thinking about that. So we'll see.
I think that would be it. Well, you got you can do the pitch and bag game on the Cannon Lagoon playfield, right?
Yes. So there's a third-party game that's been developed for Cannon Lagoon called Grand Slam Rally, and that is most excellent. So
yeah, very cool. All right, we're gonna knock on the door. I feel like I might still be a little shy on cash. I can't remember. No.
Maybe.
Okay, I got one more.
Maybe a little bit.
Okay.
Wait.
I got 2 knocks though, so if you see on the screen where it says knock knock, that means you need to knock 3 times, so that means I just need 1 more to get in. Oh, ball save. I was going for that crane and rushing.
So I like really difficult games. That's one of the things about me. I love bingo pinball. That is brutally difficult. Ranger in the Ruins, very, very difficult. Initially, this game had no ball save, and it was much more difficult.
It was pretty rough.
Somebody tilted.
I did. I tilted. There are also no tilt warnings. It's a signature Nick Baldridge move right
That's
there.
That's a Nick Baldridge move there. I didn't end your entire game if you tilt, though.
Yeah,
just the ball.
Exactly. Not this time. Not this time. That's a real step up. That's him being easy on you.
Yeah. So one of the things I wanted to talk about or touch on is that each profile within the P3, I made every setting for difficulty adjustment in Silver Falls tied to profiles or to the entire machine if you want to set operator level settings. So for example, you can increase the default multiplier of the pin bucks that you earn for every shot up to 2 times, which means that when you have the 2x playfield multiplier active, you can have up to 4x of what you would earn normally. So if you're playing with somebody who's not quite as adept at hitting the shots, you can kind of give them a little handicap to bring them up to your level or down to your level, depending. And another adjustment is changing the number of knocks it takes to open the jail door. You can change it down to 1. So by default, it's 3. But if you bring it down to 1, the game becomes much more accessible.
Yeah, that's a dangerous shot. So I try to,
very dangerous.
With it on 3, I'm trying to like get all the cash, so I only have to go in there once. If you have to go back, then you're really putting yourself in danger.
And one of the things I'm not sure came across on the stream very well was that as you exit each room, you're granted an extra ball by default. So the reason behind that was to allow a player to see more of that new room than they would if they just had to stick with 3 balls. But there's no other way to earn an extra ball within the game. You have to complete rooms in order to achieve those. So if you get really good at the first several rooms, you can stack extra balls, and that really helps in the later rooms. But you can also turn those off if you're, in more of a tournament mindset, or you just want to stick with 3 balls.
if you're a Nick Baldridge kind of player and you really
Exactly.
want it tough.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah. So
All right, let's do another game.
what's next?
Let's go at it again. Our Doyle says that we were watching this on our 80-inch TV, and I love that I'm about to dish it because the whole family is dying to play it. So where else can you reveal a brand new game and then just download it and play it immediately, right? That's
Exactly.
another thing you're only going to get on the P3.
This is my voice.
Extra balls, yeah. The Multimorphic crew is not huge on giving out extra balls, I've noticed. You get them on Lexi.
They have respawns on Lexi, yeah.
Yeah, you can get them on Lexi, not on Heist, though. There's none in Heist. Let's go football player.
Speaker speaks. This
And we'll just pick our voice at random.
speaker speaks about speaking.
All right, we'll go with that one.
New life in Silver Falls.
Game time. That's not what I'm talking about. Sure, you can do it on your video game consoles. That's easy. But can you do it on a pinball machine? You cannot. All right. Let's get these double pin bucks.
Find those pinballs wherever I can.
There we go. Okay.
So just like Heist, the upper flipper is tied to the white button on the right-hand side. And the white buttons also change your lanes, like on Lexi or Heist. When you've finished spelling all of the word buck, B-U-C-K, in the lanes, it gives you a point award.
Just like that, right on cue, I did.
Nice. It's like we set that up.
We did. All right. Let's rip this spinner and get some pin bugs. Oop, no! Rick. There we go.
Yeah, the question is, can anyone make a game for the P3? Absolutely. So there is a freely available software development kit, and all you need is a Multimorphic account. Sign up on their website, and you'll be granted access to download the development kit. It is C# and Unity. If you're familiar with Unity, that's a big leg up, but Unity is a game engine which is built to be easy to understand and set up complex things like 3D animation, as well as 2D. So 2 of the games that I've made were 2D. This is my first 3D game using Unity. And, I built each of the animations to be triggered at specific intervals, built in the randomized walking animations, all that kind of stuff, all through Unity.
We got some pin bugs. Time to knock. No!
I I did not make Hoopin' It Up. That is Greg Goldie.
More like Baron.
A chill hop dimension in R&M, that'd be good. Great Goldie, yeah, there you go. Oh. That's why shooting that jail cell is danger us.
Yep.
There we go, there's one. There's two. And, oop, almost three. The good part about missing my shots is I'm earning more pin bucks while I do it. There we go. Oh,
It all works out.
it does.
Those pin bugs wherever I can.
Okay, open the door. Ooh, that was almost the tilt. I could feel it. There we go. Okay. I think we got enough to buy everything, so get a lamp. Get a table. Go ahead.
That's a good point, R. Doyle. You, when you go on the site after you've purchased the game, you have to go into your software listing and then request a build, and that build is tied to your P3. And then you download. It'll alert you when it's complete when you download that. Yes, you do. The question is, do you need to buy everything in order to go to the next room? Yeah. So each room has 5 different items that you have to purchase, and initially I tried a variety of different things, like being able to select different types of furniture or different categories of things. But I found that from a player's perspective, it was too complicated. And so I streamlined it. I made it so that there are 5 objects and you have to buy all of them. So it's a lot easier to figure out what you need to do.
Am I supposed to eat?
There's no couches in the kitchen, but hopefully there will be something soon.
We're gonna try.
Gotta find those pin bugs wherever I can.
What? Oh yeah, upper loop. I did it.
I saw it. That arrow blinked.
It did. It won't happen when I need it here, but maybe it will. Nope, not like that. All right.
How am I supposed
You know what I should do? So I'll set up I'll start with a profile this time, and then if I make it to the second room, we'll start from there.
Sounds good.
So if you haven't seen the profile system in the P3, it's really cool. I already have a profile set up here, so I can just go in and pick my KJM profile. Then when I start a game here, if I get to the second room and I have at least 1 ball left, before I plunge that final ball, I can save my game and restore from there. So very cool. Very cool feature. All right. Nick, pick a character for me. Sophia picked one. You get to pick the next one.
Go for the reporter.
Okay, I like the reporter.
Oh, actually, go for the chef.
Oh yeah, look at him. Oh, there
Yeah.
he is. He's gonna have. Yeah, we'll go with red. And what voice?
Build a new life today.
You get to the profile system by holding left flipper and hitting start.
Build a new life in Silver Falls.
He's gonna have that voice.
Smart.
Sounds good.
Baron.
Or right flipper. Did not know that.
I always
That's
aim for
right,
left.
Chef Shadow. That's there are a few different Easter eggs for some different people that I know and that have helped in the past. Chef was one of the beta testers for Ranger in the Ruins, so I added the chef character
Oh, nice.
for him.
That's awesome. So the ramps are worth more than the orbits, which are worth more than the stand-up targets. Is that kind of the structure of the scoring system?
Correct. And the amount that you earn from each shot is actually randomized within a small range. You know, I'm a big fan of EMs where the scoring is laid out and you know exactly what each shot is. On modern games, much less so. You know, you have to kind of feel your way through it. So this is kind of my take on a modern game and how each shot would score. I spent a lot of time thinking about how much that range should encompass, and you know, I'm pretty pleased with how that came out.
Yeah, it feels right.
Yeah.
See, everybody, Jerry should clip the number of times I get the side ramp when I don't need it, and then when I need it, how many times I miss it. Because I did the 15-ball multi-ball stream on Heist, and so I got a comment on YouTube like, "Oh, look at that! That upper flipper is too hard." It's like, no, it's actually quite easy when it's not important. That's just like good pinball when it puts that pressure on you, and you are just like, man, I really need this shot right now, and then you just start breaking it. There's a similar moment in here. See, I got it again. Moody Mystery, thanks for the raid.
So, yes, the question is, you know, I obviously like very difficult games. Would I consider the idea of having a range of difficulties? And that's where the profile system comes into play and setting those specific profile adjustments. Again, you can set the number of pin bucks each shot is worth up to 2 times what the default that I set was. You can change the difficulty of opening up the shot, and you can turn on or off extra balls. So you can make it more difficult, less difficult, or exactly as I designed it. And then, yeah, co-op. That's a great way to progress further. How do the high score pages work? So each room has its own high score table, and then I have a overall high score table for the number of bucks that you have acquired, and a high score table for the number of items that you've purchased. So for example, when I was developing this, I would go through the game multiple times in one playthrough, and you wind up with about 50-ish items when you go through the game about twice. So, which, yeah, that would make sense. And so that feeds a high score table. And then overall, the amount of bucks that you earn in any room is not counted towards that total. I'm not explaining this well. So the amount of bucks that you earn in a room, even
Did you see that? Did you like that?
Third tries a charm here. All right. So the amount of bucks that you earn in a room, regardless of what you've spent, feed into a high score table for that room. And then an overall high score table for the number of bucks that you wind up with at the end.
This is my voice. Build a new life.
We'll go with default guy this time.
Default guy is my favorite.
Yeah.
So bucks earned total, not just bucks left over. Yes, both, exactly. Did I have any rule ideas that I liked but cut out due to the complexity it adds both to the code and the player? I, and Kevin can attest to this, having play tested 2 of my games now, I tend to make a game less communicative at first and really start ramping up how much the player is told about what they're doing as the game develops. As far as rules, and adding more complexity. This shaped up very quickly. The biggest addition was the combo system. One of the things which Kevin hasn't seen yet, actually, is the wizard mode, which has its own complex system in place. And I'm excited if you're able to get to that tonight to show people. It's pretty neat. Roguelike Sims, exactly.
Well, we better get there before Twitch Connect comes on, because I think I'm in trouble once that happens.
Shot blocking all the time.
That's right.
Yep.
My go-to excuse is that I don't want to spoil anything for everybody. I got to leave something for you guys to see on your own. So.
Exactly. The wizard mode does require the side loop shot. It's funny you mentioned that, Steven Silver.
It's my nemesis. Wasted my 2x pinbucks there. Yes.
So a little more about the development. Initially, I had the concept of the room working. I had the character interaction moving around in the room. Not clipping through the objects that you purchased, that kind of thing. Sophia and I worked together on the goals for each room. So in this one, where you need to be entertained, we talked about what each room contained, and then what the player could do to interact with the room once the items were purchased. Initially, those needs, and actually this feeds into the question from Mixer Tuna. Initially, those needs you were going to have to juggle as you played. So it was more like Quest for Glory, where you had to constantly be hitting shots in order to stay alive or progress through the room. So you would just die because you hadn't rolled over the TV fast enough or whatever. I cut that idea down after talking with Sophia about it to just at the end of each scenario. There is one surprise which you haven't gotten to yet where it kind of inverts that expectation, but that's the basic concept. And then do I feel like I try to pull more of my ideas from experiences with video games or pinball? I love video games. I'm sure if you've played Ranger in the Ruins or seen Kevin stream it, you can see the influence there. I really like games that require the player to either do math, like role-playing games, or games that require the player to solve puzzles to progress. So like point-and-click adventure games, and that's where Quest for Glory came from. My love of those games. Yeah, it's as far as games that I credit the most, it's really just a combination of the pinball that I love. I really love, as I mentioned, very difficult pinball games. And so look at Kevin timing it out like a pro.
Yeah.
Very nice.
All right, now I can save my game and we can start from the kitchen. All right, so I can go into. So I held the left flipper, push the start button, go into save or restore state. We're gonna save it. We're gonna give it a new name. We're gonna call it kitchen.
So while you do that there, yeah, Gabriel Knight game would be amazing. I would love to have Jane Jensen sign on to help write a game, but she's doing much more important things, I'm sure, than working with me.
Full motion video pinball. Oh my god.
FMV, yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So. As you're playing, it's slightly more clear. There's an arrow that tells you what to do, and there's verbiage that appears on the screen. But yes, when I said he timed it out, that's basically exactly what you're tasked with doing. You turn the TV on and you leave it on. But the trick is that because you're rolling over a portion of the screen, it's very easy to accidentally shoot past it and then roll back down and turn it back off. So many games that I play, I wind up having the ball go wild and then accidentally draining because I'm not careful enough with my shots. So Kevin just makes it look easy.
Certain things. That was what you talked earlier about, making your games more communicative, and that was one of the things I remember on this when we were testing it. I was like, what am I doing? When like I got all the stuff and then like something was happening. It was just like it didn't tell you at that point really what was happening. I was like, I think I know what's going on, but maybe we make it a little clearer to the player. And I think it's good now. I think it's good.
Yes. So I don't know if I mentioned on the Ranger in the Ruin stream, but initially that game, even the point values were hidden until you got a specific item.
Right. Yes.
So,
I remember having that discussion with you too, going, "It'd be nice to know how many points I'm scoring here without doing
what
the
am
math."
I doing? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm trying to play pinball. I can't count and play pinball. I'm not one of those guys.
So a big inspiration for me is really Bingo Pinball. You know, I mention it all the time, but it's a fantastic risk-reward game. You're constantly reevaluating the shots that you're taking, the shots that you're missing, and how exactly you need to structure the next thing that you get. So that said, not everybody's into that style of gameplay, and so that's the trick with a game like this. Sophie and I had several conversations about how to progress through rooms because of that. Initially, before Kevin even saw it, I mean, it was a lot more difficult.
Mixer Tuna wants to know if I'm playing on default difficulty. Yes, this is default.
Hard mode.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That was close.
Got nervous
that
there.
was close. Oh, you got that combo.
Oh yeah.
So she's used to my kind of crazy inclinations of making really, really difficult games. So at this point, she didn't, you know, say this is crazy, crazy difficult or anything, but she would say, you know, I can't really get very far in this game. I would like to see more of it. Those kind of things. And so I got that feedback from beta testers as well. And yeah, you can change it down to single knock.
Yeah, that's a huge.
But that was part of the
That's a huge
advantage.
benefit. Yeah.
But that's part of the advantage, you know, of the P3 system in general, is being able to set those per profile attributes. And I really wanted to make it so that Sophie and I could play together and be on kind of a level playing field. So
Separate leaderboards for altered difficulty.
there are not separate leaderboards for altered difficulty.
This is my voice.
All right, we'll go with Grandpa,
This is my voice.
and he can have that
Build
voice.
a new life in Silver Falls.
I know on Heist they have.
Stuff.
It's if you restore from a save state, then you can't save your game.
Right.
Needs more every.
Every shot awards a certain amount of cash, and stand-up targets are worth less than orbits, are worth less than ramps. For each shot that you make, there is a secondary shot that appears, and when you complete that, it's a combo, and you get a flat value. Yes, that's correct, Charlie. You can get a flat value that's higher than whatever that shot would have been worth previously. So at the start of each ball, the crane comes out. When you hit the crane, it awards an instant 2x playfield multiplier, or at any time, you can complete the side targets for the 2x playfield multiplier. The arrow shot, the side loop shot, is just another orbit. It's got its own scoring value, however.
I think you might be talking about
Because
the arrow on the screen.
Oh, yes, that arrow is the combo shot. And I'm not sure if it's coming across in stream, but the shot is lit up differently. There's a flashing light that's purple.
Yeah, so if you've got it on the right orbit, the whole kind of area, even the signs on the buildings will glow, letting you know that that's the next shot.
Yep. And so Solar Value, your overall goal is to furnish each room and then complete a task. There's a timed mode that occurs in the room. But you have to furnish the room first. So each room starts out barren and you've got to put stuff in it.
So yeah, Charlie says, now you can just load the game and start in the kitchen. Yeah, because I started with my profile loaded and I saved that state when I got to the kitchen. Now I can continue from there. I like to think of it like creating your own like little mini challenges along the way. If you think of a game like Jurassic Park where you can jump right into Escape Nublar, it's like doing that except you have to earn it, right? So you can set up your game, your save states however at whatever point in the game you like, and you can just go back and practice that or continue your progress from there, which is pretty cool. There's a combo shot and a spinner shot. That should be worth some good pin bucks.
Whole lot of bucks.
Oh yeah. Feeling it now.
So each room has its own lighting scheme. If you noticed in the living room, the lights are blue. In the kitchen here, they're in orange. And every room, it kind of gives it a different feel. And so one of the things that I wanted to do with Scott's music is to assign it to specific rooms. I wish I could make shots like Kevin too. Like that one.
Like
That's one that I'm familiar with.
That is a great clip right there, ladies and gentlemen.